What's good, Saiyan Nation? It's the leader of New Saiyan Generation, Prince Arctic here, and I am still up. Okay, I was playing the game. I went over to just peek at PSO2 on their website again, just to look, and I come across a brand new update on their website here for their announcements, and they dropped another video, guys. You guys can look at that. We're gonna go ahead and break this down. Slow motion, stop pics, whatever you want to call it, and we're just gonna go ahead and break it down, and we'll get my reaction out of what's going on. A lot of that, it's pretty hard to process. I just watched it myself, so let's just get into this information video. Okay, so right off the bat, within a few seconds of the video, they are already dropping a little bit more gameplay, as y'all see here. Also with little notations here, we're just gonna go ahead and repeat off what we see and then just give our own thoughts on what we see here. Like it says, it's NGS is an open field online RPG, which we've already known, but like I said here, they're giving off just a little bit more gameplay, and it looks really gorgeous, once again with the graphics and whatnot. So I think that's pretty awesome. I actually didn't expect to get any more gameplay. And here, what we discussed in the previous video does say here that you will be the world will be changing within the time, the weather, everything will be changing. Like we discussed once again in the previous video, they finally put a name to what this travel system that they got going on here. And if you guys didn't see it when you watched it yourself, they call it Photon Dash, Photon Glide, which kind of what I kind of said a little bit. So as you see, you do a Photon Dash to go travel like that. There's obviously what we're looking at, a Photon Descend, Glide joint that they got going on. Character creation is awesome. I think they are already beyond the scale of one of the games that we really were enjoying with the character creation, which was Code Vein. And looking at this character creation that they got going on, the real detail in the models, as you guys can see how in depth this is amazing. These characters are blowing a lot of games, anime games right now, out the water. And like they got right here, what I'm saying, equip more accessories. And yeah, they said you can place these accessories pretty much anywhere. They have crazy customization options, and I'm kind of excited to get more information on that. But just through this little video, it looks like it's really extensive, so hopefully we'll get some more information on that. So something that once again we were talking about and thinking about and asking about is when your character transfer over, and I gave you guys information that it is going to be able for your character to transfer over. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later down in this video, but as of right now, it does say that the character creation and avatars are compatible between both games. So it looks like your PSO2 character is able to actually be moved over to PSO New Genesis. Alright, and it does look like they're still gonna obviously have the same mechanics and everything. Here it says emojis, other registered data will be shared between PSO2 and PSO2 and GS as well. So basically all your emotes and, like I said, other data. So we can only assume possibly some cosmetics, some clothes, things in that nature will maybe also be able to transfer over to Genesis as well. Okay, and also one of the things that we were talking about as well was the brand new fighting mechanics here. And as of right now, it looks like they have gone ahead and talked about that very briefly here, about there being a brand new system. So that's really cool. And here we do have a new enemy and obviously here they're called the dolls. So it's going to be pretty unique to see what these so-called dolls are going to be doing. What's the main boss? You know, who's going to be the big bad. And if you look in here, I was going to show this last video, but I decided not to. But since we have the name of this new enemy, you can see this big boss right here is called the Dial Sword. So this boss right here looks like he's going to be one of the first bosses. As you can see, is a level 15, so might be one of the first bosses that you actually encounter during your Genesis. So here's the meat and potatoes of the video. We're coming back into the sharing between the universes here, getting a real nitty-gritty of what a lot of us PSO players are really looking forward to, because we grind it out, spend a lot of money. As we got here, I wanted to pause it here so I can show you guys here. It says character growth won't carry over, which is not a big deal for me. I would rather build my character up anyway, especially if I'm going to be able to have pretty much 2 characters in different universes and bring my characters over as well. It says here that this includes XP, skills, photon arts and techniques, etc. Anything basically that you have to grind out for, you will not be able to carry over to New Genesis. It says currency affecting the game economy will also not carry over. Basically, Nesta, fun tickets, things of that nature. However, AC and SG will also be shared between both games. So anything that you have to spend money on or can spend money on, which we kind of speculated before, are going to be able to be shared between both of these games. Alright, they also say here weapons, units, mags obtained in PSO2 can be used in NGS. However, their functions, abilities, and appearances will change temporarily. So basically, meaning when you bring over your mag, it's gonna look completely different. It's probably gonna look the base wise, so you might have to go ahead and get another cosmetic eventually when you're in New Genesis and go ahead and have that mag being changed. So it's probably a good idea for you to actually just build a brand new mag in the first place. Just once you get into New Genesis. However, obviously if you have more than one mag, I would just advise to bring over one of your mags that you may not be using at the moment and bring it over. That way you can just have an advantage when you first enter in your Genesis. They ask what will happen to the original PSO2, and as you guys see on the screen, you can play both of them. Alright, so basically it's what you guys are thinking. As you see here, it says 2 universes existing side by side. Traverse both of them at the same time with the same character. So you basically can have just one character if you want, and have your PSO2 character, like we were saying, transfer over to New Genesis. You don't have to actually change your character at all. You can make a brand new character. Your character that you have in PSO2 will just carry over, but your levels, your skills, your photon arts, your techs, they will not be able to transfer over. One thing I did see in here is what we have on the screen. I was kind of skeptical, and I still kind of am, because they're saying here that they're going to upgrade PSO2's, the original, graphics up to meet close to New Genesis scale. I am not 100% sure how that's going to work, how it's going to look, but as you guys can see here in the notes, that it says this is actually the original PSO2, so this is not how it's going to look. This is how it already looks. So that's going to be something that I'm not entirely sure how they're going to revamp that, but we definitely can see here that they still want you to play Phantasy Star 2, which makes me believe that they're going to expand on Phantasy Star 2 as well. Okay, and just to specify what items are not able to be transferred over due to it not being optimized for PSO to have anything being optimized from NGS or vice versa. So skill rings will not be able to be transferred over, as well as customizable items for battle, growth, and enhancement. Boosted items will not be able to be transferred over, along with materials and furnishings. But they also do say here that the above information is subject to change, and we would greatly appreciate you understanding this at this matter, which we do. So just a little bit more clarification here on the weapons, units, and mags and how they will function in New Genesis. They do have it broken down in between all the 3 options that we have here for the weapons, units, and mags. So we're just going to make a quick read here. While fundamental weapon designs will not change, their stats, augments, and potentials will. Additionally, some higher rarity weapons may not be equipable until your character has reached a certain level. For weapons pertaining to a class that have not yet been added to NGS, they will be unusable until the relevant class has been released. So that's a lot right there. So basically just saying that you can use pretty much any weapon that you already have in the game. Just the attributes of that weapon will change. The look of it will still be the same fundamentally. However, the complete stat wise, the augmentations will change. Potentially all those will really change. And then your high rarity weapons, they will still work. However, if your character has reached that level at that moment, you won't be able to use that weapon. So that tells me to still keep some weapons that are able to use at lower levels. Maybe rank them up, you know what I'm saying, just so you guys can have a nice, decent weapon. It really won't matter if your weapon is going to have a certain kind of augment at that point due to it being changed, but your level of that weapon will still be the same. As long as your character is able to wield it, you will be able to use that weapon in New Genesis. Going into the units, is basically the same thing. However, if you see here, units will become armor that is not visible. So if there is some units that you are really loving design wise, you're not gonna actually be able to see that anymore in New Genesis. However, everything will still be the same when you have it over on the original PSO. Stats, augments, potentials will all change. High rarity items will not be equipable until you have reached a level that you can equip those. Now the mags do have a little bit more dramatic effect. So basically, just your stats will be carried over. Your mag in this game does not help you fight at all. So it's not going to be something that you can call a photon blast at this time, at least. Alright guys, and with that being said, that's going to be the end of this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this new information that we just got, literally probably 15 hours of the release of New Genesis. I'm really excited for this game. Just seeing gameplay and then even more gameplay and an extensive breakdown so we don't get confused, is what they were saying. It's pretty awesome. It really looks like Sega is really trying to get people in this game and looking forward to playing Phantasy Star Online 2 and New Genesis as well. With that being said, this is Leader of New Sane Generation. Before I here signing out, make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to show your staying proud. With that being said, stay strong, stay safe, and stay proudful. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe to show your staying pride. And with that being said, stay strong and stay prideful.